Good afternoon, my name is Sergeant Fleck, and today I'll be teaching how to determine the grid coordinates of a point on a military map. You can find this information for this task in STP 21-1-SMCT or in 071-COM-1002. Additional information on LandNav can be found in TC 3-25.26. The conditions of the task. You are a member of a squad or team in a field environment and have been directed to identify the grid coordinates of a point on a map. You have a 1 in 50,000 scale map, a coordinate scale and protractor or plotting scale, a pencil, and paper. You have been shown the point on the map. Some iterations of this task should be performed in MOP 4. The standard. Determine the 6-digit grid coordinate of the point identified on the map by finding the coordinates of the grid square where the point is located and the 4-digit grid coordinates of the point with or without a coordinate square and protractor or plotting scale. Include the 100,000 meter square identifier with the grid coordinate. The risk assessment for today's class is low, as we will be inside where we have everything we need: the map, the protractor, paper, and pencil. However, I just want you to be cognizant of where you are stepping for tripping hazards. With that being said, I will now give a live demo on the 3 tasks. That completes my demo. Now I will explain to you how I did all this. So, first we're going to start with determining the 4-digit grid square. So, our point is right here. We are within this square right here. You always start in the southwest corner, and then you read horizontal, then vertical, or run, then jump, as some people like to call it. So, it'll be 89, and then 33. Hence where I got the 89 and 33. And that'll be your 4-digit grid square. Then, next task was to identify the point without a protractor. So again, you're going to start right here. And I drawed the halfway marks just to make it a little bit easier on myself. So 89, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines up with the 4. And then 33, that'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the next set. So it's looking like 89, 4, and 33, 6 or 7. So I just rounded up and put 89, 4, and 33, 7. The next step was to actually use the protractor. Now, when using the protractor, you want to make sure you have these double zeros lined up in the southwest corner, like I said before. So, my bad, I was on the wrong square. So right there. And then you're going to slide the horizontal line, making sure this line stays in line with the 89 until the black vertical line touches the point. So as you can see, crap, my bad. As you can see, it's 89.5. Hence where I got the 89.5 on my paper. And then 33, like 6.5, so I put 7 just to round up again, where I got 89.5, 33.7. Now this right here is considered your 100,000 meter square identifier, and that is found in the legend of the map. right here. So 100,000 meters square identification, VQ over VP. Now the reason this map has two, because it's broken up into two different quadrants. So VQ and VP, meaning anything above this line right here is VQ and anything below this line is VP. Hence why I put the VP. Some key things to be wary of while you're doing this is the numbers on your protractor and the numbers on your map. As discussed in the standards, you will be using a 1 in 50,000 square map, or 1 in 50,000 meter map, my apologies. So you'll be using the 1 in 50,000 meter identifier as opposed to the 1 over 100,000 or the 1 over 25 to 250. One thing that I'll explain to you is also how far your digits, or how many digits you give for a grid, and how close that'll actually be to the point that you're looking for. So if you use a 8-digit grid, that'll get you within 10 meters. If you use a 6-digit grid, as we did, that'll get you within 100 meters of that point. And then if you use a 4-digit grid, that'll get you within 1,000 meters. Some of the things that will help you with this task is really just being able to read and be proficient with the protractor, and being able to find your scale and your identification. So with that all being said, I'm now going to give you 5 to 10 minutes to go on your own. I've already laid out maps with protractors. There are 2 points. I want you to, on the first point, give me the 4-digit grid square, and then estimate your grid square without using the protractor up to 6 digits. And then on the next one, I want you to give me the 4-digit grid square, as well as use your protractor on this one to give me the 6-digit grid square with your identification number, the 100,000 meter identification number. So now you'll go and do that. All right, now that you've completed that and you all feel comfortable with that, I'm going to evaluate I'm going to evaluate you on the task. I'll record your evaluations on a DA 5164-R with either trained, partially trained, or untrained. If retraining / reevaluation is needed, I will conduct that as well. After, I will report my findings to the SGL Sergeant Melby. So now you will conduct your training. You have 10 minutes to find the 4-digit grid square, the 6-digit without the protractor, with the protractor, and the identification number. Okay, now that all of you have completed that and you all received a T for trained, I'm going to have you round up all of the equipment that I provided with you and give it to me. Thank you. Now we're going to conduct our AAR. So what were we supposed to do today? Correct, we were supposed to learn how to determine the grid coordinates of a point on a military map. What did we do today? Exactly that, we determined the grid coordinates of a point on a military map. Any sustainments? Any improves? Awesome. So our risk assessment was low for today's class, and it stayed that way throughout the class. There were no other hazards that arise. Nobody ended up tripping, so that's a positive. Everything remained low. Now I'll conduct my final inspection, make sure that everything is round up. I have all my equipment, you guys have all your equipment, and that completes my class.